Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you potentially one of the most powerful companion builds I've ever played, Solo Raptor. As always, I will show you every single facet of the build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. Now what you're looking at right now is Corruption 1144. Yes, 1144 Corruption. And this is a Solo Raptor build, which means we are using one companion, and of course that is the skill Summon Raptor. We are a Primalist Beastmaster. The other skills that we have supporting, and everything is to buff our Raptor, is Leap, Warcry, Frenzy, Totem, and Swipe. And the build couldn't be easier. You leap, your Raptor leaps with you. You use Warcry, Frenzy, Totem, and the Raptor's ability. It literally tears everything up, and as it kills, it gets stronger. Look at the damage numbers. That champion just got one shot. This is at 1150 Corruption. Look at those damage numbers. The Raptor is an absolute monster. It's hitting for almost 1 million damage versus these enemies. And that is because it just continues to scale and scale the more it kills. And then, of course, we're super boosting it as well. Now, obviously, this is a single companion, so it, it's got to hit each enemy one at a time. Empowered Void Nemesis is gone. It didn't even get an ability off. So as you can see, even at this corruption level, you could probably push this farther than 1144 corruption. But I feel like there's a good round number. It's actually not round at all. This is actually where we stopped streaming for the subathon. This is the last build we put together. And it's just tearing through everything. All right, we'll kill a few more enemies, and then I'll show you a boss fight against single target. All right, is that good? All right, that feels good. Let's check out 1,000+ corruption Harbinger. All right, so here's Abomination again at 1144 corruption. And you get his face tank Abomination, even at this corruption level. I also probably should have said during the gameplay portion, we are not snapshotting in any way. We are not using any unintended mechanics. One set of gear. No snapshotting. All right. Abomination at 1144 smoked. Harbinger of Defilement. This will be the highest corruption shade or Harbinger we have killed. And the Raptor should tear through it. The Raptor also does more damage at low life. So its damage will go down. It'll die once in a while, like it just died right there, but it pops right back up. Because as it attacks, it gets a boost to attack speed, but it has a chance of basically killing itself, which is no big deal. And Harbinger of Defilement, 1,144 corruption, absolutely destroyed. How about Aberoth? Now, as you probably guessed, Aberoth is not going to be a problem for us. And that's true. We literally face tank and destroy regular Aberoth. The Raptor is a monster. Just a monster. And I cannot say this again. We are not snapshotting this build. I have the VODs of us putting it together to prove it as well. Final phase, regular Aberoth. And you, sir, are dead. Just smoked. Let me show you how to recreate this build. So now let's break down the skills, starting with our damage dealer, of course, Summon Raptor. And I'll try and point you in the right direction on what nodes you want to take first. Now, for the first thing you want to do is come down here and snag these two nodes. Razor Wings is just base damage, but more importantly, Taste of Flesh. Your Raptor gains more damage for 10 seconds when it kills an enemy. Multiplicative, this effect can stack. So basically, when you're doing these maps, you kill an enemy, you get stronger, kill another one, and you get enough mob density, and that is why it can hit for millions of damage with the Raptor, because we're just stacking Taste of Flesh like crazy. Unbelievable node for the build. You're then going to come over and get multiplicative damage against bleeding targets. You're going to get crit multiplier against bleeding targets, melee damage per nearby bleeding target, Then, of course, you're going to get bleed chance, come up here and get multiplicative damage per missing health. So you want your Raptor actually to be low life, but still stay alive. You're going to achieve this through Broken Tooth. Chance to lose 10% of current health on a melee attack and boost attack speed. And even with this, your Raptor stays alive a very long time. It almost never dies. You're then going to boost Rampage, its actual activated effect. You're going to take crit and an extra second on Rampage. And right now I have 29 points into Raptor. You don't even need this, or this. So that's 7 points you could shave off. That being said, if you want even more clear speed, you could pull this point and come down here and grab Adaptation. This is when you kill 10 enemies in a zone, you get 15% size and 15% more multiplicative damage. But this doesn't help you against boss fights, so that's why I went this route. But you could take that if you wanted. Moving over to Swipe, and Swipe doesn't do anything for Raptor. All Swipe really does is maintain Berserk stacks for Warcry, but we do get some benefit from here. You're going to get Kill Threshold. You're going to take this node, Duality of Nature, which takes care of all mana. And then basically what we're doing is just Aspect of the Panther. And what Aspect of the Panther is going to give us is global attack speed, but more importantly, it's going to give us increased health regen. And we are going to have 6 stacks of Aspect of the Panther times 15%. So it's going to give us a nice little boost to our sustain. Moving over to your movement skill, Fury Leap. First thing you want to do is come down and snag these nodes here. This is going to give melee damage for your Raptor. Raptor will leap with you, Frenzy for the Raptor, and Cleansing. You're then going to come to the right and make it where we pull enemies in. It gives you some clear speed, and you want Immune while leaping, and then you got 1 leftover point. I just put it in area. Moving over to Summon Frenzy Totem. First thing you want to do is come over here to the right and get Frenzy Effect, Melee Global or Companion Melee Damage, Reset Companion Ability. Come down here, get an additional 25 Global Melee Companion Ability. You're then going to take Health Regen, Haste for yourself and the Raptor. And then you got a bunch of extra points. Again, 29 is crazy. I put it in health and duration and area so that it affects the Raptor. The Raptor can be a little farther away. Last skill, Warcry. First thing you want to do is come up and give it less cooldown and pull enemies in. You're then going to come down here and max out all the Berserker nodes. Berserk actually works with Raptor. So attack speed, damage, it is absolutely awesome. You're then going to come down here and get an extra cleanse. So you'll be cleansing while you are leaping and cleansing when you have Warcry. And the last points go into critical strike chance. Those are the skills. So now let's break down the passives. At time of recording, I am level 100, so we have all of our passive points looking at the base Primalist tree. We have strength, health regen, added health, giving that to our Raptor as well. We have gone into Ancient Call for companion health and revival speed and our base health, and then Cornered Beast for 20% damage reduction. Moving over to Beastmaster, where we have 87 points put in. 16% damage reduction, Aspect of the Boar, an additional 15% damage reduction. We are a single companion, so you want loyalty. We are fully spec'd into Aspect of the Shark. Boosted attack speed, added health regen for ourselves and strength. Melee physical, endurance applies to your companions. More damage reduction with Aspect of the Boar. We are again fully going into Aspect of the Shark. We're boosting crit and crit multiplier. More boosted melee attack speed for ourselves and our companion. And then 10 points into Ancient Might for strength and melee damage. We get so much damage reduction out of this build. 20% right here, an additional 16, an additional 15, and an additional 15 just from the passive tree. Very, very nice. Moving over to last Epoch tools, we're going to break down the blessings, idols, and gear, starting with blessings. Now, what I took is Void Resistance, All Resistance, Endurance, Physical Resistance, and Health Regen. Health Regen blessing being the most important one. And know that, for example, if you didn't need endurance percent, you could switch in minion damage here. You could always switch out these based upon what you have on your gear. But these are the blessings I'm currently using. Moving over to idols. Lately, I've been using idols to really round out our resistances. I went health and lightning, health and lightning. Here we went health regen and poison. Down here, health regen and minion melee attack speed. Then we took some more health regen with necrotic resistance and health with frailty. These idols are awesome. Since you're melee attacking with swipe to boost your Raptor, you could also take care of frailty from your idols. Very, very nice addition for Season 2. Now, moving over to gear, you will notice here, and this is something I love about last Epoch, we are using set items, we are using exalted items, and we are using legendaries. So you have a whole plethora of different rarities for your end game build. And when you're looking at this, there's technically nothing required. Like, Aaron, what item do I have to find to unlock the build? There is nothing. So we're going to go through each one at a time. Starting with our set, we are using a 2-set bonus for the last bear, and this is +2 endurance per strength. And for this build, we have 130 strength, so just going to super boost your endurance threshold for more sustain. And on here, we are using the gloves, and we are using the helmet. For our weapon, we are using Cleaver Solution, and this is matched with our Vessel of Strife. Vessel of Strife is going to take your health regen and apply it to ward, and the Cleaver Solution is going to take your strength and turn it into intelligence. Intelligence is going to turn it into ward retention, and this is why when I'm standing around, this combined with this is what's giving us our 4,000 ward. It is an awesome combination for this build. It even has strength on the Cleaver Solution. I absolutely love it. It works great. For the rings, we are using a Phantom Grip, and a lot of people use 2 Phantom Grips, which is totally fine. You can use 2 Phantom Grips. For the build planner, I did put on a Ribbons of Blood, so you saw the 2 options. This is going to give you health. It's going to give your Raptor a leech, increased leech rate, more base damage, and your minions cannot be crit. So your Raptor basically has 100% crit avoidance. Both of these rings are absolutely awesome. Moving on to the boots. We're using Citadel boots, and this is taking care of our reduced bonus damage from critical strikes. Belt, Spider Silk for the resistances with double health. Our new Mantle of the Pale Ox body armor, unbelievable. It's going to give you up to 24% DR to your character with huge life, with movement speed, with strength, plus skills to strength, plus levels to minion strength skills. It's unbelievable. It literally makes me so jealous. Looking at this body armor, I feel like I need an update for my body armor in game Aaron's Will. This thing it's so good. It is so good. Last but not least, oh no, I'm sorry, 2 more. We also have Death Rattle. This is giving up to 65% critical strike multiplier for our Raptor. It also has good implicits and intelligence for the ward. And last but not least, we took a Tolmat's Incorrect History. This just melee damage, 2 to skills, movement speed, and resistances. Mine's actually 4 LP in game. Very easy to find 2 and 3 LP for this item. We didn't want to use the Gnawtooth Sword because we're not spec'd into Raptor Pack. So dual wielding really didn't make sense, and we are tankier when we're not dual wielding. So for the offhand, I use Tolmats, but just know that this is not required, but I do think it's best in slot. That is the gear. So now let's talk leveling. This is not a leveling guide, but kind of give you some tips on getting through the campaign. Now, for me, it doesn't matter if I'm a Beastmaster, Shaman, or a Druid, I level with the same skills when it comes to Primalist. And the first skill you actually get access to is Summon Wolf. And Summon Wolf is great. What you want to do is you want to snag this node, Safety and Numbers, and this node, Pack Hunters. And this is going to make it where you can summon wolves up to your companion limit. And this is going to make it where you're going to have an extra wolf and an extra companion. This is how you generate a wolf pack. It is awesome. Very, very cool skill in Summon Wolf. Second skill you want is Swipe. And you want to come down here and snag Wild Calling. This makes it when you attack, you have a chance to create a spirit wolf out of your wolf that scales with minion damage. So now your melee attacks are actually generating minion damage, which is awesome. And with Swipe, you're going to get kill threshold, which is going to make it easy to traverse bosses inside the campaign. So you got wolves, you got Swipe, and lastly, you want Warcry. Warcry, you're going to come up and come to the left and snag Bringer of Winter. This is going to boost critical strike chance and chill chance. And when you have your wolves and you take these nodes, it is going to give it the cold tag, which means it is going to benefit from this Warcry tree. So the wolves are also going to get the critical strike chance and chill chance. So you're going to use Swipe, Wolves, and Warcry, and then you're going to take Fury Leap and put this on your bar as an unspec'd movement skill so you can fly through the campaign. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my updated solo Raptors? Or anything I missed? Is there anything I can do to push this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We are currently 1,000 subscribers away from 100,000. If you think I've earned it, please consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. And thank you to everybody that supported during the almost 41-day subathon for last Epoch Season 2. It was just absolutely insane. Don't forget to check out actionrpg.com, my newly launched website. Creators like myself, Babbling Bike, Frozen Sentinel, The Curse are putting our builds on the website. And the website is currently in its alpha phase. We are updating it every 10 days with a design studio and engineers. So the website should be pretty cool when it's done. Again, actionrpg.com. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.